All right, cool. Cool. We should be good now, live, ready to go. I'm looking at this and I'm like, what is really going on here? Apparently, the government is shut down. All right, you would think sales would be the easiest play. Market opens and we dump inside of this higher time frame zone here from Thursday. Nice rejection. It looks like the rejection started in London. New York just continuing off of that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Pre-market shorts were the best play today. Up close candle, close through it, retest, break structure, retest it again. Nice bearish candle here at 8:30. It's always tough trading before the market opens because you don't know if you'll get, you know, 9:30 to sweep and then short because as you can see, this level was never swept. So I was kind of hoping for that at the open. I was hoping to see price try to get above and then fail and give you that short. Instead, price pushes lower. Now we're pushing into bullish territory and may try to find some support down in here. Just have to wait for this candle to close since there was no sweep. No reason for me to think about trading this candle. Wait for this candle to close, see if it closes with some sort of wick. Try to figure out which way price really wants to trade here. But all in all, not much going on, right? You see price is stuck in this range. Nice sell off. You push right back into that zone, sell off again. Yesterday was Monday, right? We know Monday can be a fake move, manipulation move for that power of three. Monday pushes higher. Here we are Tuesday, pushing back into this gap. Let's see if these gaps actually hold up, or is price about to continue free falling today? I like these levels here. I have a couple levels marked out. The bottom here, this area here, you can include these wicks if you like, but I like this down close candle here. See how price responds to it. Same thing over here. You have another zone. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not really too excited to trade this type of action. Got to give price a chance to try to find and build some structure. There's no support right now. Just let price show us what's the deal. All right. So all in all, I love this reaction right now. So maybe we get a play off of this in the next 12 minutes. We'll see. But hope everyone's having a good day. All right, cool. So I'll wait for this. I am interested to see how this played out. Let's just zoom in, right? So if you were to short pre-market, I pretty much didn't have the chance to even think about it. Even if it was, I probably wouldn't have taken it. But let's say you're looking and you're saying, all right, we're in bearish territory. This is a 4 hour zone, I believe, as well, or a 2 hour zone. Yeah, nice 2 hour rejection, down close candle. Beautiful. Let's see how price responded. So price opens up here. All right, we open up here. 8:30 is the first market open. We sell off. 10-minute gives absolutely no shot. 30-minute if you just want to trade this order block. Maybe this right here is your short, you know. Maybe. Maybe if you're aggressive, you know. You see price pushing to this up close candle, reject, pull back, break structure. Now you're just looking for some sort of bearishness. And you get that right here. Two down close candles. Maybe you want to short that, right? With a 97-point stop, 70-point stop. All right, stuff like that. I don't think I'm really going to trade that live, knowing that the market can manipulate this high. And if we look over here, both of these highs in this area, so you have, oh, it's a little bit out of sync. Wow. Yeah. So NASDAQ a little bit behind, right? You see ES already taking out this Thursday high for Asia. NASDAQ still hasn't taken it out. So a little bit of SMT there. 9 minutes left in this candle. Let's see if this continues to wick or what. Yeah, we're chilling, man. Last time price was in this area, how did it deliver? Yeah, we're chilling, man. I can't really get too involved right now. Our time frame looks a lot bearish, right? Even though we got this expansion, you know that this is an overextension right into an unmitigated bearish territory for ES. NASDAQ previous level of resistance being rejected again, breaking structure. You would think that price should just pull back and just continue going short today. That's what you would think, right? These markets are strange at times, but 7 more minutes here. I would love to see this close with a nice wick. If we see some clean structure at the bottom of this 30-minute wick, I'll start looking for higher simply because price is now in bullish territory, right? We stab in here. We maintain these lows here. You can see the uptrend. You see the internal liquidity being swept. You see price driving back to that source. You can see a climb higher. Here you see fair value gaps being maintained, SMT, all that good stuff, right? We haven't even, did we take out Asia low? Okay, yeah, we took out Asia's low. This is stupid though, bro. It's like you would just want to see it keep going. If it's bearish, just keep going, bro. Don't sit here and wake up, create these pretend bounces, and then just keep going later. I would much rather see prices dump off right now, but it really seems like it's stuck in this area for now, right? But all in all, good spot to just relax here. The play would have been a short up in this area, which I had these highlighted coming into my session. I'm like, man, this will be a clean short. As you can see, if you're on the lower time frame, market just dumps. Check out the heavy metals over here. Let's see what heavy metals had to say about market open. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing there. Nothing there. Do, 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 do. So yeah, it looks like we're just accumulating here since 2 a.m. Did you get a pullback anywhere into this level? Let's see. Nope. 30-minute. All right, so this is the only thing that seems to be developing here. You have this down close candle. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, these moves higher. These moves higher are pretty strange, right? You want to see pullbacks. These are failing to pull back. Yeah, we're chilling. Let's see what. There we go. All right, yeah. So you see, finally, you see that continuation, bro. It's just a waste of time. Yeah, you see how it just pretends to wick. It does all that for no reason. And then finally, right when the candle is about to close, you see that follow through finally. All right, yeah. So I can't even think about getting involved here. Yeah, I can't do anything about this. I would want to see some sort of exhaustion. This is so lame, bro. I hate stuff like this, kid. And this morning was tough for me. My son, he was making a mess all over the place, bro. And it's just couldn't even really think about trading at the open. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Boom. Bro, it's so like this is almost like this is everything that we talk about, right? Where you see um yeah, you see price overextend, pretend to be just so bullish as if, oh my goodness, it's not gonna stop going higher. It's all a scam because it knows deep down it's only racing up here to go right back down. And the hard part typically is catching that move down because just as fast as it goes up, it'll be just as fast to go down, right? So it's just lame sometimes when the market opens up and just runs. Similar to what it did yesterday, right? That's extremely lame when you see the market just open at 9:30 and just decide, okay, today I'm just gonna go straight to where I want to go. Those are the lamest trading days because it's feeding into your like FOMO. A lot of people probably shorted this because they saw it falling in hopes that it would keep going. I can't trade like that because a lot of the times you're gonna see that move and it's going to fake you completely out. But lately, I don't know. Lately it's just been opening. This is Thursday last week, open 9:30, give you a massive move, open massive move, open massive move, open again, massive move. It's like you might as well just buy the first that like that orb that maybe that first 15-minute breakout is paying you a boatload. Look at it. It's just expanding from here to here, and then maybe you get a rebalance. Look at this. That's crazy now that I actually sit here and look at it. 9:30 is giving you a massive run. Dude, 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 dude. Look at it. Wow. That one's a little choppy. This one still 9:30. Bearish candle, short it. See what happens. 9:30. Bearish break, short it. See what happens. You don't get much out of it, but I think this was a news day. Maybe. Nope. 9:30. Just run higher. You'd have a fabulous risk to reward if you literally just waited for 9:30 to close a 5-minute candle and just pick that side and hold it and see what happens. It's crazy. But hey, what I want to know now is where is price trading into? Higher time frame here. Let's see. I like this down close candle down here. Pretty far away for ES. So let's go to a different time frame and yeah, this is trash. I think it's just gonna go straight down all day. Yes, I don't think much is gonna go down here, guys. What are you guys thinking? Anybody catch that? Let's see. Let's check the chat, man. Did anybody catch that? Man, Yeah, I'm just looking for some sort of structure. Right now there's no structure. Price is floating in the middle of this leg here. You pull out your Fibonacci, 50%. You know what I mean? So it is officially 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. All right. We've taken out a bunch of sell side. We're in bullish territory. Let's see. All right, cool. So where is price right now? We see 9:30 open. Let's mark that off. And then let's go ahead and mark off this 10 o'clock candle here. 10 o'clock. Perfect. So when I look at these side by side, nothing stands out right now. However, I want to know if price can go back up to interact with any of these up close candles, right? We see price try to go higher and fail. Let's see if price can retest these levels and fail again to continue lower. Or will price, break these levels? But for now, it just looks like price. Yeah. Like price is just super weak, man. You got price stabbing into that base there. Boom, 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 boom. We got this up close candle, which starts to move. But if you notice, like, where are the up close candles that are broken and retested? This could be one right here. All right. Valid areas of resistance, break and retest. Look up in here. Yeah. So this will be the area for ES. You see a clean up close candle, broken, pushed right back into it, and landslide lower. Then you have nothing else on the table, right? Literally nothing at all. And you see, bro, it's almost like you really just need a position in before the market open and just hope you're on the right side. Because other than that, like, how are you supposed to get involved with these continuations? Especially yesterday, similar example. Either you buy here at 9:30 and hope for the best, or you buy at an even worse price way up here at the highs. Maybe you get a subtle pullback here, you buy down here. But either way, you're like hoping. You're stuck in like hopium, hoping that it doesn't turn around on you because you know you're buying at a terrible spot. Same thing here. Imagine if you just want to short this. You just hope the entire time that it doesn't turn around on you because you're shorting at a terrible place. But all in all, I don't think much of the current price action. So I think it's best to simply sit back here, maybe even look at gold. Let's see. Look at gold maintaining this level here. Hold on. Nice rejection from this down close candle here, 9 to 9:30. Let me mark that off. 9:30 to 10, I mean. Let's see here. 9:30 to 10. Oh, it's running now. Too late. 9:30 to 10 o'clock. What do we see in this area? We're gonna find our catalyst here. Yeah, this is your catalyst. How do I know? We're gonna close through it, pull back literally to the very wick of it here. Break structure. Now that you get that break of structure, you want to see this new candle open up, drive into here, reject it, and start to flip structure. Wow, this is clean. Very nice buy here. 9 to 9:30. What else is up above? Yeah, this will be your draw. I don't see many fair value gaps stopping price from going higher here. We've already taken out this high, this high, this high, and you're still seeing bullish pressure. Like if you wanted to FOMO into it, something like that, give it a chance to run. See how that plays out. I'm not going to take it. You really want to try and buy it down closer to this area, or at least have your stop. Maybe let's say put an order here. You want your stop down in there. That's the ideal setup, the FOMO setup, which lately FOMO traders are probably making more money than me, bro. Which is like, that's the name of the game. Like, it's so stupid. So stupid. You just see it, click into it, and hope for the best. You're actually getting paid lately. But for now, right? Let's look on the higher time frame and see. Like this type of stuff makes trading weird, because when you break higher, you want to see price on the way up. You want to see it retest something. Notice the only thing price retested was this. Right? We got up candle, up candle, up candle. We got one try to go lower here, and then it fails, retest, goes higher. We break that level. Now there's nothing in here showing me support. Maybe down in here, right? Maybe this level. Tries to go lower, goes higher. Right, tries to go lower, breaks it, retest it, fails to go lower again. So maybe something like this. Maybe that's the bullish area, but then there's going to be times where price will reverse in thin air, right? You'll see price just fill in a fair value gap. Doesn't touch anything else except for the gap and rips higher. What I'll do is I'll wait for this candle to close, right? See if it gives me anything, any structure to play off. Maybe a continuation lower, whatever the case may be. Because I'm already liking this for lower here, you see. I get this up close candle, price tries to go higher, stabs into this base, moves aggressively. Now we get that subtle retest with a beautiful rejection here. If we start making new lows, that's a continuation model. And there goes the low on ES. Yeah, I would just say any pullback into here with clean rejection, I'll try to short and just take it for what it is. It's funny because like you have to be serious when you trade. Like, you got to be very strict. But at the same time, you can't be too serious, because trading it has a tendency to be completely random at times. It's so funny how one setup can be extremely profitable, and then the next time you see it, that same exact setup does absolutely nothing. All right, trading is live. Cool. So yeah, I like lower here. I just don't see anything stopping price. And we've seen this profile multiple times this year where the market just opens and just keeps going. You got a little bit of support down here. So maybe that's your first small sort of bounce. 15-minute. What do you got for us? Gold and silver. Zoom in on NASDAQ and just chill. I want to take a look at, I may start just back testing this like that first hour, that 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. sequence, which is tough. Like here's a good example again, right? Of where you don't know if 9:30 is gonna sweep or not, right? So here you see clear as day. You see that 8:30 candle, 8 a.m. candle showing rejection off of this up close candle. So you're already getting like, okay, maybe this goes short. 9:30 opens, what happens? Sweeps it. 10 o'clock opens, what happens? Sweeps it. 10:30 opens, sweeps it. So if you were trying to short in here off of this 8:30 signal, you get swept 3 times before the real move. And then today, same exact setup. You see 8 and 8:30 rejecting this candle, so you're thinking shorts. And now today it just doesn't even bother sweeping it. It lets you go. I think if you're really being honest, I think that's the hardest part about trading. You're forced to like wait for manipulation. And you don't know how many times it's going to manipulate. In this case, you see 3 different manipulations. And then over here, in this case, you see 0. So it's almost impossible to be like perfect in these conditions, right? You can't, if you take the first one, if you just wait for a clean setup and skip thinking about manipulation, if you're like, screw that, I'm just going to short it, I like this trade, you get stopped out. Today, you catch a banger. Here, if you're like, I'm just going to wait for manipulation, maybe you survive, maybe you don't, but you definitely get close to being stopped out. And that's why you need a lot of data so you can make a fair decision and say, I know manipulation is going to happen, so I should just wait. Or if I just get into the trade, more times than not, history tells me that if I do get stopped out, I'll make it back on a day like this with a massive move. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then now look at this. Magically, the market has nowhere to be. I like these shorts though. So what I'm going to do here is, like I said, there's no reason for me to be extremely overly fixated on being perfect when you trade. All you can do is have a decent understanding of what's actually going on. And I feel like that'll carry you through your journey. Essentially, you're just playing the cards the right way. If you get a bad hand, you get a bad hand. You know what I mean? Like, so how many minutes left? About 12 minutes remain here until this candle closes. No reason to trade until this candle closes, right? It'll give you some structure to work with. Same thing here. You see this massive candle We have a massive range to work with, and we're currently underneath that previous 30-minute range. As you can see right here, right? Let me change this. Excuse me. I would like 3 of those. So yeah, you see the same thing here, right? We had this range up above. 930 stabs into the bottom of that range and slams off of it. What happens here? 10 a.m. opens, slams off of the bottom of this range. That just tells you price essentially wants lower. Maybe that's the method. You wait for 930 to reject. 930, where you at? Here we go. Look at this. It is not even wicking, bro. It's just completely slamming higher. Boom, 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 boom. What happened over here, right? Let's see what happened with 930 opening. We push up to sweep this time, finally. Like these are the sessions where you make money. Like I think we caught this short. And that's why I've settled on certain type of profiles, right? You let the ones that don't want to manipulate, you just let those go. Don't FOMO into them. Live another day, trade another day. But when you see clean areas of interest, like look at how strong this area is for shorts. Up close candle, goes lower, pushes back, break structure, pushes back to this area again, break structure. So I'm like, all right, if 930 can open and give me a sweep, fall back into this range, it's definitely going to start going lower. All I need to see is price offer an up close candle that breaks structure. So here at 930, we had this up close candle, doesn't break structure, up close candle, doesn't break structure, up close candle. We're starting to break, but we still haven't taken out this low. We see some nice rejection. Let's see if we can hold this, break structure, and then I'm short, right? It really can't get any simpler than that. There goes your break of structure. Let's get a pullback. There goes your pullback. You can short that. Put a stop up here, give it a chance to go lower. If that stops you out, short it up here, right? You give yourself a chance. Stopped out. All right. Now let's see if price gives me another rejection. Back up under that EMA. Don't want to let price run away from you. Another short here. Target maybe 1.5 to get back what you lost. And even here, yeah, that's not a bad short. That's not a bad short. Because technically your stop should be all the way up here. It's just 80, 90 points. So you try to save yourself some time by going a tighter stop. And then this one, finally, look at this, bro. Look at it. This is the type of stuff you have to deal with, bro. It's doing all of this as if it just wants higher, but it never intended to go higher. It's just wasting your time. Oh my goodness, bro. This type of stuff, bro. Look at all the drawdown you have to sit in. You took a loss, you take this trade, and it makes you think, well, maybe it's just not bearish. Maybe I'm wrong. No, buddy, this is trading. Trading is the most unrealistic patterns, unrealistic paths you could ask for. Either it's gonna flush or it's gonna try to make you lose your mind. It's like you never know what type of personality the price is gonna give you. Anyway, so here we go. More bearishness, right? So you can see the profile of this 30-minute candle. You can see the heartbeat. You can see the structure. Essentially, is bearish, right? So, okay, bro. Here we go. This is gonna be no opportunity, right? If we get back into this zone here before this new 30-minute candle, no reason for me to trade it. 15-minute candle. Let's see, maybe the 15-minute candle is giving you opportunities on a continuation. 15-minute candle closes at 10:15. So let's say the first 15 minutes of the candle is bearish, 9:35, nothing there, nothing there. Here you would say, all right, first 15 minutes of the candle, what do we got? We got this push lower, pull back, confirms this order block, break a structure. So now all I need to see is really just put a short in here for the next 15 minutes. So fair value gap up here, stop above the high, and then that's your trade. Maybe I don't know. It's like getting the tempo, gauging the tempo of price and responding accordingly, right? So let me see if the 15-minute helps you in situations where the market is moving just too fast, right? So let's say 10 a.m. hits here and you see this fast movement. So you're looking at the 15-minute chart and you're saying, what structure do I have on a 15-minute that I could use? You have this down close candle, but we haven't offered much here. So let's see. 9:30 to 9:45. Yeah, this isn't much. I like a clean break and retest. These are just breaks. Here you're getting a retest, right? So you get this down close candle. Down close candle. If we break structure here, you should look for a retest. There goes your break of structure. Let's see if this 15-minute candle offers you a pullback at all. Where would your pullback be? You got this fair value gap here. You got another fair value gap there. It doesn't even bother to pull back. Yeah, kid. Doesn't bother pulling back there. Let's see up here. Did we get anything? 15-minute bearish profile, maybe 10:30. Up close, nope. Up close, nothing, right? No real break and retest. Chilling. 15 minutes. Down close candle, up. See, there's nothing there either. Let's see here. Nothing there either. At least you're not getting false signals. I'll take no trade over a perfect setup that fails. A perfect idea that fails, I would say. Here. Down close candle, just nothing. It's gonna give you something, bro. It has to give you a clean break and retest eventually. All right, so here we get nothing. All right, there goes one. All right, where you see up close candle, send price lower, push back into it, fails to go higher. Break structure, fair value gap. You have a fair value gap up here also. Trash. Yeah, it's just trash. And then next thing you know, it's 12 o'clock and still nothing. A whole bunch of randomness. Just look at it. It's doing absolutely nothing. It's like if you're looking for some sort of structure, you can scratch it and just start looking at higher time frame areas of interest. Like, all right, we're not in anything bearish here, but we have this level here. We finally get this bearish candle right here that closes at 1 p.m. By then, I'm not trading. And yeah, nothing to really work off there, which is fine. I'd rather no trade, like I said, than to see a really good trade idea get manipulated and taken out. That's the worst. All right, starting to get some wick activity. Where is it coming from? The exact level that I had drawn out. Candle's about to close now. All right, 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10. So now hopefully you guys can see why I trade the way I trade. Like there really isn't many options when it comes to trading profitable. Either you're a FOMO trader, either you're a break and retest trader. And I would say FOMO traders are like breakout traders, right? Either you're a breakout trader, break and retest trader, trend line trader, or some sort of pattern trader, right? You pick your poison. All right, nice. So what I like here is that we have a clean bearish range, right? You see where the bearish pressure is forming. You see these internal highs. So now it's like, where can we get some sort of manipulation at, right? So let's go 10-minute here. I like these 10-minute levels because you get a clear idea of where price is rejecting. And if price fails to push back into that 10-minute range, that's very bearish. Like up in here, right, where you see price just ignore the rest of this candle body and respect that closing price. Same thing here. Ignores the rest of the body, respects the closing price. This candle, you get a deeper drive. So if I put this here, you get a lower high inside of here. So we push into it, we get a lower high here. So now I'm like, okay, can this new 30-minute candle push into here and respect this? If so, I want to short it. And then vice versa. If price starts breaking these levels and retesting bullish, I like for price to go lower. I mean higher. Got this bullish area down here. Price opens up. We have a decent range. We have this high. And now we have this down close candle, right? Notice price trying to use this down close candle to go higher. All right, so we're getting back above this level here, so I can take that out. We're not rejecting there. Nice. So what I'm gonna wait for is for price to hit something bearish and respond, or vice versa. Here we have this down close candle with a beautiful, beautiful rally. You see price go lower and then fail to go lower and show you some strength. So now I want to see, can we give a retest like we're doing now and break structure to try higher? But yeah, back to what I was talking about earlier. Like all I like to see is I like to see structure within a higher time frame candle. It's as simple as it can get. I hate that trading can be so stupid, but you have to have a very, very logical approach to trading. Otherwise, you'll never really get anywhere, right? How I'm looking at it is if we're bearish, if this is a very bearish area of interest, clearly we have this strong move lower, and then clearly we have this strong move higher. When I go down to the lower time frame, I should be able to look into this and find areas that make sense. Right? What caused this massive move higher here? You're going to see literally a down close candle start every single move. So if I go here and I say, this is your catalyst, how do I know? We tried to go lower, we push higher. We push down into it, try to go lower again and explode. Valid area of interest, extend it over, do whatever you want to do with it, right? And then you have more areas right underneath it. Same type of profile. How did this one start? Down close candle. Down close candle, pushes up, retest, explodes. These are the strongest areas in this profile. And then you have the same thing over here, but they're close. So that's that. And then you have this over here as well. It's the same type of, you're going to get the same type of move. Down close candle shows some strength, retest, confirms the strength. Now you wait, right? And now if we make sure all of these are spot on, yeah, that's about it. You have this one right here as well. Yeah, so I'll mark this off. But notice all of this is sitting inside of this higher time frame zone, so you don't really want to crowd up your chart. There's levels everywhere. And then here we are pushing into those 1 minute levels. And now we see a potential new profile being created here where we have this down close candle in bullish territory. Show you strength, right? It has to show you strength right away. Shows you that it doesn't want to go lower, pushes higher. And then now that we retest, you're looking for that break of structure. And maybe I can play this a little different. Maybe I'm getting in too late. Maybe I should anticipate that, right? We have this push higher. We push down in here. We fail to get through it. Maybe you just start buying it here because it's not pulling back, bro. Let's say, for example, this is exactly what's about to happen. Price gives you a down close candle, expands. You wait for it to retest, gives you a retest. And then next thing you know, you're waiting for a break of structure like this. And then what happens? It never pulls back, so you don't even get involved. You're anticipating this as a break and retest trader. The break, pull back into some sort of down close candle that was a part of this move higher, and then go higher. That's what I would anticipate. But lately, it's literally breaking and then it just goes. So my only break and go type of trade would be here, where you get a 10-minute candle close, the same way with the shorts that we just saw, right? You get a 10-minute candle closure through your area of interest, which would have been that high for the break of structure, right? You get a 10-minute closure through that, which would have been here, right? So this was the candle that closes through what I wanted to see broken. And then look at how we respect that opening price. And then that's the only way I would be able to say, all right, if price doesn't want to pull back underneath here, if we can show strength above here, I have to give it a chance. There goes your buy. Stop underneath this level because you're anticipating speed. If we don't want to pull back, it's because it should keep going. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So that's it. That's my system all the way around. I have to consider so many different things, right? I have like SMT that I could use. 30-minute SMT, 30-minute exhaustion is another cue that price is showing weakness. I have the macro zones where price starts a macro inside of a bullish gap. That gap actually makes a lot of sense. Like here, this is a macro zone where the 950 macro opens up in a bearish gap and maintains that gap. So here is a lot of bearish pressure, right? I have a few concepts that really give me a really good idea as to what price is up to, but the most consistent and logical approach is when you see big moves in the market, you zoom into that big move, or even if it's any kind of move, it could be a wick rejection, right? You got this bearish candle here, you got this wick rejection right now. Any type of 30-minute candle is going to have a profile inside of it. And all I'm doing is going into that candle and reading the profile. Like here, this was a pre-market buy. You buy this at 850 and hope that you don't get swept out by that 930 open. And sure enough, you don't get swept out. Up here, I don't think there was much. But yeah, there was. Like I said, you see price starting to show you that bearishness off of this up close candle. Down here, you saw price showing you. Oh, really, it really wasn't much in this area here. You get this up close candle. Price was respecting this up close candle. So if you go into this candle, and then over here, price is respecting this up close candle as well. If I zoom into this, looks like we're getting some speed, but it's moving so slow. I'm watching the live price action as well. It's just moving so slow right now. Give us a little bit of time to. So here to 730. Get a nice up close candle here at 730. Really nice. And then, like I said, what caused this up close move? You're going to find a down close candle at the catalyst. I like this one right here, but it's not the best when you think of break and retest, right? We break here, we never retest. We break all of these candles, never retest. Here goes your retest finally in an hour later. You know what I mean? So that would have been tough. I would say this trade probably not really logical unless you were truly, truly anticipating higher. Like I wouldn't take this trade. But right now, this is the trade I would take because you're getting a retest of a very strong area. Look at how beautiful this short is. Maintaining there, here, down close candle. So what do you guys see in this area that makes you think, oh, maybe we go higher? See it. 8 to 830. Yeah, I wouldn't trade that. This up here is a lot different because you actually have a break of structure. Or maybe that's what you could play. You could say we break structure here. But the retest was trash. We didn't really retest much at all. Yeah. Here, I like this one a lot. You break it, retest it. When I say break, we just close multiple candles underneath here. Try to get back above it and fail. This close above it. One candle. Yeah, nah, that's not it. And here we go, right? You see, it's wasting a lot of time, but we're still the same idea is on the table. We're just looking for a couple things, right? We see here, let me clean up some of this. That's 9 to 9:30. Cool. 9:30 to 10. Cool. We have a bullish area tapped into it. Waiting on that break of structure. If we can get a clean break of structure, man, let's see what ES. Did we take those lows on ES? No. So there it is. All right, there goes your break of structure. And I'm going to be looking for an entry for longs. Let's draw this up over here, right? So 9, all right, 10:30. And then 11 o'clock is right around the corner. So keep that in mind. Here, 10-minute chart. Boom, boom. All right, yeah. So this is your 10:30 low is being maintained for the most part. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now we have this down close candle. Retest, retest, break structure. Now that you get this break of structure, how does price respond, right? Can price give you, I want to keep these areas highlighted here as well because these are very bearish. These are very bearish areas. And that kind of makes this difficult, right? You may want to wait for all of this to break. But literally, At that point, that's why like you have to anticipate, bro. You have to go out on the limb sometimes, take a risk, and believe in your idea before it's too late. Because you wait too late for this to break, and then it's gone, and you're like, wow. So, how I'll play this is two ways, right? It's always a break and retest. Once I start to see an idea, we get the push. This just confirms the zone, right? Seeing price pull back and hold it and then break structure, that confirms it. I just need to see price pull back. Let's see, any bearish gaps in our way. There's a massive bearish gap right here. This will be my draw. I'll just be looking for price to fill that in. Oh, here we go. All right, and it's already there. mm, 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 mm. Is it gonna just drive into that gap? See, now that opens the door for a different trade. Now, if we fill in this gap, pull back, respect bullish structure, I'll buy it again, anticipating higher. If we pull, all right, we hit the gap. If we pull back, break all of this, it's gonna keep going lower. So let's do this here. NASDAQ hasn't filled that gap yet. It's about to right now. There it is. These can be black. This is from a different session. This is black here. And here we go, bro. Come on, bro. And this should be from a different session as well. This one is red. All right. You're getting that break now. So here, this is what I was talking about. If price, now that we're clearing these levels, it's tough, bro. It's like maybe I need a model that lets me get in down here, anticipating this to hold. We give that push, we start turning. Just give it a chance early. Because if you're wrong, you're stopped out down here, right? Let's say you put your stop down here. If you're wrong, you're stopped out down here. But if you're right, you get your trade out of the way. I'm already done, right? I was already anticipating this to be bullish. I'll have to work on that maybe, but naturally, I'm just expecting a pullback. A lot of times we do get an A+ trade where you get a very simple area of interest, breakout, pull back, buy, and it works out. So that's kind of why it's hard for me to like try to like switch it, because I've seen it work tons of times. It hurts when price takes off without you. All right, here we go. We're gonna pull back. We had 10 to 1030 offer a beautiful zone here, and I'm looking for. This is tough, bro. Did we take out all those highs on ES yet? No, we still have equal highs there on ES. But look at where we're rejecting at, bro. We're rejecting the same level that was a problem before. There's no support in this move higher. The only support is down in this area. Let me erase all of this. Let's see if we get a nice turn back bullish here. Let's go 10-minute. So yeah, this will be my range here. Look at that, kid. All right, so now this 10-minute candle breaks through the low. I'm sorry, the high that I wanted to see taken. Push up, pull back, break some type of high. We break that high. These red lines here are my key points. It's tough because I can't ignore this bearish candle sitting right next to us. Right? You see this, we're inside of this bearish down close candle, and we have not broken this level here. This is tough. I might short it, right? You would think maybe we end up shorting here with this SMT. But think it's fair to say I just don't want to short, and that's okay. You have to pick a side, right? If you're picking a side, I think I'm bullish as long as price maintains. I hate the concept of, oh, we're sold off. Let me just keep trying to sell. I hate that. That's just not logical to me. If we overextend, I should be looking for a flip. That's just how I like to play it. So I think I'm gonna, once we tap into this bearish gap, I want to see how this bearish gap responds. If we can clear this bearish gap, I like longs, maybe like a 70-point stop, and give me 1.5 R. Yeah. And that'll be 25,595. Come on, show some resistance, bro. Pull back. I hate when, bro, it's so stupid. It's pushing into this bearish gap as if there's nobody trying to sell this bearish gap. You know that there's sellers in here. You know that this area up here is bearish. And I'm just hoping that we get that pullback before I get in. Because I'm going to have a tight stop here. I'm going to go like 60 points on the stop. Yeah, I'm going to long this right now. No fear. Long. Win or lose, I like it. 4 micros, 60-point stop. Bring it down to 4. All right, what am I trading into? Just to be certain that I like this, I really should have probably longed inside of this gap. We're above the EMA on both charts. Yeah, let me get that. Let me get that, kid. And I got 25,607 or 609, 608. Copy text, trade. Copy text. So I like that we're clearing this bearish territory over here. I like that we're flipping above. Let's go to 10-minute chart. Hide everything. So I like that we're flipping these 10-minute levels of resistance here. All right. And what price do I really want to? All right. And I think I did what, like a 60-point stop? Yeah, 60-point stop for about 1.5 for micros. 60. All right, so We tap into this next gap here, showing some rejection. But as I mentioned, like I said, you got to pick a side and just really just give it a chance, bro. At this point, you can't you can't expect every move to be 100% logical. So I'm picking a side here. I like how we held here. We push down into this area, and then we start flipping these bearish areas of interest, right? So if I just go to the 10-minute and I highlight these bearish areas, we got one there. We got another one here, right? These 10-minute candles, these opening prices mean a lot, as you can see, right? So I'm looking for price to break these. If we never break these, then the trade will fail. But I'm anticipating that we are going to break them based on how price responded to this very bullish area down below. Let's check ES and look to the left here. What are we tapping into? Yeah, so we have this down close candle here. Down close, close above it, pull back, take off. Nothing else in that area really. And then we have boom, 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 boom. Like, to be real, the best entry would have likely been inside of this fair value gap. But if we're bullish and we're on the right side of the market, price shouldn't hang out down in here. If it does, then stop me out. I'll be good on that. And my approach always tells me, if we have a clean range and then at the bottom of that range, we start fading that range, you just want to see price tap into that range and hold bullish, right? So we pushed into this bearish territory once we broke structure, right? This is your break of structure leg. What happens? Price returns back to an area of interest and makes another high. That is enough to tell me that price is absorbing these sells. If we were bearish, I would have wanted to see price sell through and maintain here. It gets tough because price can play ping pong right now. Price can just pretend to be bullish and don't go anywhere and then just dump. We've seen that before. We've also seen price offer a clean trend higher. So here, I think the best play would just be targeting maybe this fair value gap up here. Hey, stop, don't touch that. And if that fails, like I said, I'm not really too bothered by that. All right, straight slapped in the face. No break higher. Next play is just gonna be a short off of this change here. This was this should have held, right? If we're going higher, this should be your lower high. We get a low, short-term low, make a high. This should hold. Now that we're underneath here, a strong close underneath here is what I'm gonna start shorting. And that'll be it. If price wants to end up going back bullish, I'll laugh, but should be clean short. We had the best buy profile you could ask for, and it just fails miserably. Fails miserably. All right, so now I'm just looking for a drive back up into this up close candle here. Some rejection, and I will short that. All right, cool. So here we go. I'm looking for some sort of rejection here, and then I'll try to short. And that'll be it for me. I need like rejection from some sort of up close candle. So I wanted this one. We have these internal up close candles here that could send price lower. There we go. A nice closure here. I'm gonna short this with a 40 point, maybe 45 points, and I'm looking for 1 to 2 here. 45 point stop would be 5 micros, and that'll be it. I can't ask for anything else. Either price is gonna try to snake me and go higher like it should have did, or I'm shorting this and it literally goes lower, one or the other. Let's see what it is. My fill was at 5.4. Yeah, 5.54. NQ sell, copy text, paste, 554. 50, 45 points for 90 points. All right. And that's it. And that's going to be the name of the game today. We rejected the opening price. Like if you look over here, you see what happens. Price pushes all the way back up to the extreme of this bearish candle, and you get a break of structure. So now I'm just looking for price to run lower instead of chopping lower. If it chops lower, I'm gonna probably take another loss. But if we get that delivery lower, it should be very clean. Yeah. What happened here? Yeah, we literally pushed right up to the extremes of that candle and completely take out this bullish break of structure and gives us a bearish break. Now I'm looking for rejection from some of these up close candles inside of that bearish move lower. Here's price. We get this move lower, right? You see price attempt to go higher, fail, attempt to go higher, and we're failing again. So naturally, I just anticipate this level to hold, and that's it. Stop above here. The next level would be up in here where you see this up close candle was very strong, strongly rejected, and then that's it. I can't ask for anything else. I would have loved the buys, but like I said, the best buy was likely in here in the gap. Another example of what I was talking about earlier, where and maybe if you find a way to get in before that break, if you anticipate that break, you can get your trade before it even, before you're even missing anything. You get this entry, you're done, you're out. But what happens? We break structure, pull back, retest this fair value gap, and we get a nice turn out of it. We get the EMA, and I believe this was a 10-minute level that was rejected. So the breakout was here. Yeah, so it was this level right here that I wanted to use as my support to go higher, make that red. Cool. So yeah, once we break here, we push. I guess you could say we never hit it. That's crazy. No, we hit that, bro. We hit that level. Yeah, we hit that level right here. We wick into that level, go higher. That's all I need to see if I'm anticipating higher. That's what I want to see. That's exactly what I would trade every single time. So with that, showing that speed, I'm anticipating price to break here. So I buy it. Price instead rejects here, closes through, gives you a decent area of interest. This isn't the best, but like I said, with trading, bro, you just wait for some sort of clean idea and give it a chance. So let's see if price goes lower or not. But the scary part is, notice how price is holding this level still. It's trash, bro. It's so trash. Like, you see how it'll play in between two areas of interest and then just randomly pick a side. So either you're right or you're wrong. It's either going to be a dump or it's going to hold this level, which I was anticipating at first. But this reaction right here was so bearish that it's like, if we break this structure and we give some sort of change in the state here, I'll try the short instead. Notice the highs of this up close candle are being respected. Bearish pressure steps in. This could easily be a really clean short. All right, cool. So that's gonna be it. I have two trades today. Um, Not terrible action. I can't really complain about this action. You know what I mean? Like, but it just seems like the same profile where you get this massive expansion for the first hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then it just chops for the rest of the session, right? Um, this trade idea here, as I mentioned, maybe I'll start getting one step ahead of my ideas. That way I can get in at the best possible zone, because sometimes that break and retest, it looks just like this. You'll break, you get the retest, and that retest will take out the target here. It'll hit the draw, and then it'll completely flip on you. This is a perfect example of maybe I should enter a little bit early, but I'll have to backtest that and practice that, right? I don't want to mess that up. So I'll have to check that out on my free time. As of right now, I think this was a clean profile, right? We pushed into bullish territory. We had a bunch of bearishness leading into it. We give a beautiful push higher. Once we break structure after tapping into these levels, right? Pull back into bullish areas and show strength. I'm gonna give that a chance every time to try to keep going. This one fails, right? But luckily I understand what levels I'm trading off of. So if it does fail, I can flip my position if I see the proper rejections off of certain levels. We saw the flip here, price flips, retest this up close candle. Strong rejection. I'm shorting that every time. Shorts there, 40-point stop. You get about 75 points so far, but I would naturally expect about 80 to this low, right? But at the same time, take what you can get, because the market can be very, very strange, bro. Like, but yeah, that's it for me today. That's my spiel. Hopefully you guys are starting to get the hang of trading, because you'll start to learn that it's not like none of this stuff matters. Like, if the market wanted to drop, it'll drop. If the market wanted to take off, it'll take off. It doesn't need a fair value gap. It doesn't need to fill in a breaker. It doesn't need to give you a unicorn. It doesn't need to break and retest, as you can see, right? It does whatever it wants to do. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can just, show up every day. My strategy for trading was just show up every day for a few years, couple years, get as much evidence as possible, look through that evidence and start to see, okay, what signatures does price have when it wants to go lower? What type of price action should you expect when price wants to go higher, right? And that's how I came up with my system, right? Where we see the first move here, right? How do we come to this conclusion today, right? We see this first move lower, no opportunities for me whatsoever. Wait for the next 30-minute candle to build structure. We see clear bearish structure being printed in here. And honestly, I could have probably just stuck with the bearish vibe, which I may have to do that. It looks like the markets are just very weak, and this could be a very bearish month, right? We've been bullish for a long time. But all in all, right, with this, all we did was wait for price to give you bear structure. We got that. On the contrary, we saw price hit this higher time frame level, give you a bullish break in structure here. With this break, all I need to see is price pull back to a key level, which it was this level right here. We pull back into it, show strength. I have to give that a chance, anticipating a break. And before I got in this trade, what did I say? I said, either I'm going to anticipate this break and it works out and we start ripping, or price is going to get up to these previous 30-minute candle resistance levels and fail. That's exactly what happened, right? But I'm brave enough to trade my ideas before I have how you say, I have the conviction, I have the confidence to take it, but I'm trading these with anticipation, I should say. Yeah, I'm anticipating things to happen. That's why I take it. If it's not right, then I'm going to anticipate something else. Here was my next anticipation. I'm anticipating these lows. Now, if we don't want to break this zone here and we just keep projecting it, I love this break of structure here, right? We make a high. Here, let me screenshot this first for my notes. All right, yeah, so we had 9 to 9:30, absolutely nothing to work with. This 10 to 10:30 candle, beautiful structure. You get a strong bearish candle, you get a bunch of 1 minute order blocks essentially. Price, you wait for price to retest. Honestly, I could have, yeah, I could have waited for this short, but in my mind, I'm thinking higher time frame. I'm thinking this is beautiful as well. Let's see if we can break out. If I'm wrong, I know I have another trade in my back pocket. I can take my second opportunity and make the best of it, right? So here, price retest this level, break structure. As soon as price breaks structure, you go find those up close candles that were a part of this break of structure, wait for price to get into it and fail. There goes your first rejection. I'm short there. If price would have came back up to this level, right? If price would have pushed back up, price would have pushed back all the way up into this up close candle right here. It would have been the same protocol. I'm looking for shorts only underneath this level here. As long as price is still bearish, I just want to see it drive up into an area where it tried to go higher and show more rejection. And that would have been it, right? So that's it. That is literally it. Um, Part of me wants to go look at yesterday real quick to see if yesterday gave anything clean. There goes that pressure. Good job. Like, yeah. A little bit of chop like this is okay. Like, just don't be trading way up here when you know you're bearish. This is clean. We can take these lows here. That'll be clean. That'll make me feel like the markets are worth trading, right? But yeah, I'm gonna go look at yesterday real quick while I'm on here. It's only 11:47, so take the next few minutes or so, try to look at yesterday's price action. Maybe even just go through it again, see if I can draw up a different trade, because yesterday was pretty tough. I like to review those types of sessions to be ready just in case they show up again, right? So yeah, let's go do that. I got those screenshots there. Let me get ES while I'm at it. Yeah, so we had $10. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Like, taking losses is not, that shouldn't bother you as a trader. Having the wrong draw and liquidity is what bothers me majority of the time, If I really think price is going up here and it doesn't, then I need to be able to adjust and figure out where it wants to go. And then hopefully it actually goes there and it doesn't just chop. That's the next thing. That's the biggest variable in trading. But from 10 to 10:30, we identified this is bearish. And look at how beautiful this held up, right? This is clean, bro. If price looked like this 7, 8 times out of 10, I'm gonna catch this every time. Boom, boom. That level right there. Pull back, boom, boom. This level right here. Price gives you bearish structure, gives you bullish structure. There's a battle going on in here. Price tries to break it, fails to break it, changing the state, pull back into that change in the state, or pull back into another change in the state within that change in the state, right? You see this closure through here. Anything up in here can be short as well. You get that selling pressure here, and there goes the lows. ES actually takes those lows, so this could be an SMT reversal, blah, blah, blah. Another scam, bro. Like, stupid. It's amazing. They both can be very, very bearish, but one takes out a low and the other one doesn't. Crazy, bro. But don't let these markets get to you. I personally think my system is the easiest to replicate. I could teach a 10-year-old how to do what I'm doing because all I'm doing is waiting for structure. That's all I'm doing. Waiting for some type of structure, wait for price to retest it and show which way it wants to go. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Download that again. And here, let's go look at yesterday. I really want to just go through yesterday. Remove all these drawings, go back to yesterday and just see if I can clean it up. I know that one of those trades, I was going to take it regardless. That short was absolutely phenomenal. Right, but let's go look at this. Bar replay. Yesterday, Monday. Get down. Monday at 10 a.m. is when pretty much everything started to go. Market opened up crazy, bullish. Right? Opens up crazy, bullish. And if I look at this structure, right, the first thing I want to know is, how is this candle so bullish? What happened to make this candle so bullish, right? Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, I'll wait for a candle that makes sense, right? And if I'm looking at this makes no sense. Price is literally floating in thin air. There's no pullbacks. Fair value gaps do not hold much weight for me. A fair value gap is a temporary spark for price. I like to see order blocks, down close candles like here. This is a clean area of interest, right? So because price never broke and retest any of these moves, maybe you could say this one. I'll take that back. This is clean, right? You see this down close candle. Price tries to go lower. Wait for price to break it. There goes your break here at 946. Now, do we get a retest? Yes. Price tries to get back through this candle and fails. That's the only area of interest that makes sense. So let's highlight that. Cool. Cool. We break it, pull back, push up. Now, the next 30-minute candle, I want to see price drive into it. Wow, there goes your drive. I want to see price drive into it. Break structure again, telling you that this candle is likely going to continue higher. There goes your break of structure. But what happens? Nothing pulls back. All I would have wanted to see would be a simple pullback and turn. Show me that you want to pull back and turn. That's your buy signal. That never happens, right? So this level still remains valid, but now I'm waiting for another structure to go off of, right? So here goes a 30-minute candle. All right, nice. So now, if I'm looking at this, where's the bullish structure? We close through here. This will be clean. Look how subtle this is. I think that's probably why I missed these trades yesterday. It's super subtle. You slightly close above here, and then you quickly try to get underneath, fail, and break. There goes a valid area of interest again. And then up here, can't forget about potential shorts. Where's my up close candle? All right, yeah, I haven't seen much here, except for here. This one's nice. All right, we close through it, push into it with a nice wick, and show more bearishness. So now I have two areas of interest. Now I can start looking for a trade. How do I want to play this? I just need to see new candle open up, push into it, break structure. There goes your break of structure. We're nowhere near this level yet. So for me, this break of structure is bearish. I like the shorts here. We open a new 30-minute candle, open higher into bearish territory. What do you notice? Same level, same exact level creates more bearish pressure. Where is the bearish areas of interest in here? It's going to be the up close and down close candles. So up close candle here, that's a good area to short. Up close candle here, that's a good area to short. And you even have one in here, a small one in here. That's a good area to short. Which one of these offers rejection? Let's see. There goes your rejection right there. Immediate rejection from here. So if you're aggressive, you short here and you're like, stop above there, 20 points. And even just target this low. Like, keep it simple, but this area may be your draw. You're like, all right, we haven't retested here. Maybe price wants to retest there. And this is aggressive, but you might get stopped, you know, or it might. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I just missed this trade yesterday. I completely missed this trade yesterday. And that's why it's good to review. Because what I ended up doing yesterday was, where did I short? I shorted this. Don't get me wrong. I shorted this, but I didn't have this as a potential roadblock. In my eyes, I'm like, bro, there's nothing stopping price. Maybe we push back down into here. I think I shorted. Where did I short? It was like 11 something. Yeah, it was somewhere up here. It was here. I shorted here. Yeah, this is where I shorted. I wanted to see price push a little higher. We pushed up into it. And I believe somewhere in here I shorted. Let's say right here. Yeah, I shorted like right here, but in my mind, I'm like, we're gonna just free fall, right? But in reality, we have now, this is the best trade, right? That's your best trade. And every 30 minutes, you want to take a look at what price has to offer. So now that we got here, I'm like, all right, this new 30-minute candle could still be bearish. We could still push higher and go short. So I was still looking for shorts here. All right, took the short there. But look on the contrary, right? What's on this side of things? We see this down close candle right here. Price gives you a down close candle, breaks it. And when I say break, all we need to do is close through the body price. The body price tells a lot. Close through that body price, retest, go higher. So this could be a problem. Like if I'm shorting, I need to be aware of this area. And then over here, same thing, bro. This is even a problem. We have this down close candle being closed through, pull back, and still holding. So now this could be a problem. Like you can see why this short isn't as good as this short. When I took this short here, there's nothing stopping price besides this level here. Nothing at all. We break structure. We close through all of these areas to the left. The only one that was holding up was here. Short it down into that. You catch a beautiful short. Next sell setup, I shorted this not even noticing any of these levels in here. So technically, once price got underneath here, I should have been like break even or something. All right, there you go. You get a nice move there and you're like, I think I just shorted it late because if I was up here, I could probably be moving break even, but I think I shorted it a little late. Maybe I got in like down here or something, right? Let's say I got in a little late, but I was like, yeah, I like this. We break here. I was not watching this level. This level right here, I should have been break even because it could turn from here. It could also break it, right? It could break it, but it also could turn from here. So I should have been break even. And you see what happens here. This is where I got stopped out and I didn't even realize it until after the fact. I'm like, bro, I shorted into here. That could happen. I know that could happen. So I should have maybe went break even or ideally short. Like the short was fire, right? The short was fire, but you have to just be aware. Like it's fine. You can take the short, give it a chance to break through those levels, but you have to be aware. Like price wants to reject here. Let me go break even. I don't want to be holding this thinking that it's gonna turn. Like I could have closed this trade here, but I held it thinking that maybe we're still gonna reject here, and this was your cue to get out or break even, right? So this is what yesterday was supposed to look like. Um, yeah, this is what yesterday was supposed to look like. It should have been one trade, literally this short, the same short we just took. This is the short that would have been on the table. And then these green levels here did a great job. Did a great job of holding for a continuation higher. All right, so yeah, I'm actually gonna screenshot this, drop it in my notes as well. But yeah, guys, man, it's that's why I stream. I stream because I know there's traders out there just like everybody else who you see people making money, you see people talking about their model, talking about their strategy, but I guarantee you their strategy has temporary profitability where it's like it's good for a while and then it just dries out because the market doesn't truly have any like designated pattern or any true pattern that it just has to do in order to get somewhere. Market picks and chooses when it wants to give clean structure and it picks and chooses when it wants to give you garbage. So after realizing that for a few years, this is my approach. Just wait for price to give you a clean profile, a clean 30-minute profile. Because how I've grown to see it is the 30-minute chart works to build an hourly candle. And the hourly candles are usually pretty indicative of where price wants to go. So instead of looking at the hourly chart and waiting for an hourly closure, if you can look at the 30-minute chart, you can almost predict what the next 30 minutes are gonna do. So like here, with this bearish move here, if we respect it, I can almost guarantee you the next 30 minutes are gonna be bearish. And sure enough, we respect it, we get up into it, and this entire 30-minute candle from 10:30 to 11 will close bearish. Bingo. And then vice versa, if we're bullish and you see these bullish areas, I can almost guarantee you if these areas are respected, we're gonna see a strong 30-minute bullish follow through. And that's what you get here. At 12 o'clock from 11:30 to 12, you get a bullish closure from the previous 30-minute structure. And that's the only thing that makes sense to me, bro. So I can't even switch strategies if I wanted to. Everything else just seems like pure luck or elementary style trading. Like anybody who's like, the whole ICT package, the unicorns, the Judas swings, all that is so situational. You know what I mean? It'll happen maybe a few times and people think they master trading. Download that. But we're good for today. Not a bad start to the week, but I definitely need to heat up here. So I'm just gonna stick to my guns, bro, and not get frustrated when the market wants to be stupid and make sure that I'm making money when the market is clean. Today was not terrible. All right. Leave that. Actually, can I go back? No. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, cool. Yeah, so that wraps it up here. Let's check on prices. It's still going lower. Good job. Yeah. Not a terrible session. I love the shorts playing out now. Ended today with slightly profits on the table. One loss, one win. And tomorrow, let me check the news before I go. Tomorrow, oh wow. So tomorrow should be fire, man. We have some big news events on the table. Looking for a big type of session tomorrow. All right. So you guys take care. God bless as always. And back at it tomorrow. Later.